Okay, I have returned. Excuse me. I don't know what's going on, man. I'm like, ah. I got some kind of bug, methinks. Because even, like I was gonna stream earlier, but I felt so nauseous, so I was just kind of waiting for it to subside a bit. But anyways, hi guys. Hello, Somnia, Woba, Naxi, No Name, Evan, Riyadh, Joel, Bobby. What is Shadow's Eve? That is... Oh, is this dungeon activated? It's the Halloween event for Trove. So that should start later today. I'm not going to be able to catch it like the second it's available kind of thing. How hard is the event? Not. It's not. Is there any event that's harder in Trove? It's just going to be really time gated. Usually what they do is they'll end up having you go out of your way and spend like a couple hours grinding the stupid quest, you know. Or you could just log in every day and get your dailies done and then slowly get all the items. Now in my case, unfortunately, I'm probably going to have to just try and rush it as much as I can. Because otherwise I'm not gonna be able to take it lax, is my point. Because I'm leaving in like a week. Grab this and this. There we go. Yeah, I'm excited for the event too, Naxi. YouTube's gotten so crappy lately, I can't even tell if it's my side stuttering or yours. Oh. Yeah, I can't... Oh, you know what? I wonder... It might be a little bit of both, because I did upgrade my graphics drivers and I haven't restarted my computer yet. And NVIDIA sucks. Hey, Atro. You tried Arc Raiders yet? Nah, I don't have time, unfortunately. And it, you know, it's not really my type of game anyways, but it looked fun. Looked like it had good gunplay. No, I'm not joking. My obsession has been Ball X Pit. Like, I just, ooh. That game, oh man, I'm like, I don't even know how many hours in I am, because yesterday, I don't know if you guys noticed, but Amazon's servers were offline or something, so Nintendo's servers were offline and a bunch of other things. So I couldn't check my my total play time. Actually, I'm gonna check right now. Just because I'm curious how much time I've put into that godforsaken game. AMD's been giving me problems with FPS lately. Yeah. Because they just keep upgrading all of their drivers and stuff, and, you know, do we actually need an upgrade? No. Sorry, that's my Switch sounds. Cool. So I don't understand, like, it used to show your play activity, but like on Switch right now it says you played this game 4 days ago. It's like, okay. I want to know how long I've played it. Damn it. All right. Well, there is some, let me see if I can find it. There's a website that shows your total playtime on things. Oh, there it is. Will this show? Yeah, okay, so I've got like 7 hours in that game. Really? That's it? I thought it would be longer than that. guess that's still quite a bit. But anyway, I don't want to bore you guys with the details, but it's like I'm like 7 hours in and suddenly the game just went like giga mode where it's like, oh, you can actually use like 2 characters at once. It was like, what? Oh, there was something else I wanted to check with Trove really quick. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. That is not my resolution, dude. So I wonder if this is just a lie, or if that's why Trove's not running as well as it should, kind of thing. I never had that issue with Windows 11. What's the last game you played? Well, we're playing Trove right now. Just before it, again, it was that Ball X Pit. Which I'm assuming it's supposed to be Ball Cross Pit, because it's like Ball Pit, right? It's grayed out, so it's just placeholder as it's the highest value available. Well, yeah, see, but that's the thing is like I'm assuming it's just a lie of what my resolution is because I'm running my, like I have a 4K monitor, so a lot of games keep trying to run in 4K despite the fact that I'm actually running it in 2K, so. I think it's just a lie and it's just giving me like full screen because it doesn't make my screen flash or anything when it changes resolution. But I still find it annoying that Trove's not running so hot these days for me. Not exactly sure why. You're on windowed, so it's not scaling to 4K anyway. But yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying though. Like I'm running my own monitor at like 2K. So I think it's just saying the highest resolution of my base monitor, but it's not actually running it at 4K. It's just, it's weird. It just made me question like, is that why it's running badly? Because I noticed when I upgraded my NVIDIA drivers, it was like, we should optimize Trove for you by running it at a lower resolution. Hello. I think it's just Windows 11 tomfoolery stuff going on in the background. That was weirdly loud. Delicious. Microsoft themselves says Windows 11 is going to be all about AI, so don't expect it to be optimized. Oh no, I know. I already disabled all that crap. Because yes, there's all sorts of AI garbo. Apparently the next like big Halo game they're working on is going to be like rife with AI stuff. Which, as far as a video game is concerned, if they use the AI like for enemies where they can evolve and like think, that could actually be pretty cool. But the more that I've been using AI like just as a tool for helping with things, it's like, it's funny how so many studios are so reliant on it when it almost still feels like it's in its infancy. Like it's still really, really stupid. I think the mistake is that AI just gets its culmination of information from the internet, and most people on the internet are stupid. So, or, you know, so it's wrong all the time. I saw a post, like the post that was talking about how the next Halo was going to use AI like crazy. Somebody made a joke, and it just tickled me in such a way. because they clearly know how AI prompts work. Where they were saying they go to a store in the game and they're like, can I buy a sword? And then the AI is like, I don't sell swords. I sell bows. And then he goes, no, you don't sell bows. You sell swords. There's the price of the swords right now. And then the AI just goes, oh, sorry about that. Yes. Please buy a sword. And it was just like, yep, that's what it's like trying to talk with AI. You try to, like, you know, debate or have an argument with AI, and it just crumbles and gives up, and it's just like factually wrong immediately. Been noticing it a lot lately with bad performance. Yeah, I don't know if it's anything to do with Trove specifically. I genuinely think it's just my Windows 11. I don't know. There's probably like some buried settings that I gotta dig into. Speaking of, maybe it is finally time to throttle. Let's see. I was gonna try and throttle my Opera, but frankly speaking, it's not taking that much to begin with. Interesting. Oh well. Hey KU. Oh, this guy's already done the dungeon. Everything's about AI and it gets annoying. Yes, I agree. I think too many studios are using it for the wrong reasons, where they're just trying to cut costs and make more money when they're already like rich beyond their wildest dreams. When it's like a smaller studio using AI to help with the workflow, or just using it in general to help with the workflow, I don't have a problem with that. But I'm starting to like really realize just how lazy a lot of people are, and how like most people are using it for cutting corners, which is exactly why everybody hates when someone says, oh, I'm using AI. Like, I'm not a troglodyte caveman who's not going to utilize the tools that are given to me just because of some morale standing. But as far as like just cheating, because that's what it basically is. Yeah, I don't know. Where are you? There you are. I like how I keep always saying, like, I gotta craft the keys, and then I, like, never do. I think I did, I just... No, I didn't. I actually didn't. Wow. My brain. Oh, right, and it's weekly reset, so I can craft this other key, too. And pretty soon I'm gonna have to craft, like, a bazillion more normal keys. Hi, Crab Man. Also, I'm gonna be real, guys. Might be a bit of a shorter stream tonight. Admittedly, I just kind of needed a video for tomorrow. Because otherwise, part of me is already kind of clocked out. Like, I'm so ready for my trip, dude. But tomorrow, or you know, tomorrow's stream, I should say, we'll be able to tackle the event, and then we'll see whether or not the test server's open this week. And it'll be my last week of gaming for a while. They should revamp some worlds to make their generation different and better to look at. Yes, I agree. Especially for D15, man. Like, that was an opportunity to really make it feel like the end game, and all they did was add an old dungeon that doesn't feel like it took advantage of the modern like Sundered Uplands dungeons. You know, the infinite wave dungeons. Like, why aren't these waved? Probably because they didn't want people AFK farming it. A Pandora-looking world? I don't know how they would do vegetation like that in Trove, though, and make it actually look good. Side note, nobody asked. I think it's interesting. Ubisoft is adding a third-person mode to their whatever that movie is called, with the blue people, the Na'vi or whatever. Avatar? What the hell is it called? I don't even know. Wherever Pandora is, it is Avatar. Oh, I guess I was mixing it up with the anime. But yeah, the fact that they're adding a third-person mode to an otherwise first-person game is pretty nuts. Another big overhaul they did was to Assassin's Creed Mirage. They added a dedicated jump button, which, yeah, that's pretty nuts for a game that didn't have a jump button designed in it, you know? They need to desperately rework Candoria and add random candy everywhere. Like in Wreck-It Ralph. I agree. I like, with the more recent update, they added all of those, like, kind of vanity builds. More, please. I want different tree variation and, you know, just things to make, like, the world feel a bit more lively. Oh my god, you stupid squids. Hello, big boss. Get out of here, big boss. KU. Always coming in clutch, gangster. Thank you, my man. Genuinely. I don't know if any of those people are lurking right now or if they're just randomly, probably just random people on the channel that are like asleep. Oops, I gotta go down here. But yeah, excuse my lack of, it's not a lack of enthusiasm, it's a lack of energy. So, pardon me. But I do appreciate it, man. We need Update 2.0. Yeah, we were just talking about that the other day as well, where I want them to overhaul the hub, because the hub right now feels like very dated. You know, they like, you look at the martial arts thing, profession, and it's just like so awkwardly placed over top of like a path. Like, we need a new hub and we need a bigger hub. I personally, I mentioned this the other day too, like, I'd prefer it if we just had like a huge curated hub and we couldn't put our cornerstones down anymore. Like more of a traditional MMO, like where it's an enclosed space. Maybe hide some secrets and stuff under the map. I don't know. I got Shadowhunter class as a speed farmer at 29k. What should my DPS class be if I were to have one? Just take all your Shadowhunter stuff and swap it over to Boomer. Bada bing, bada boomer, you're doneer. Or you could put all your stuff on Solarian. It's free to swap your gems now, so the only thing you lose is time, which is the most precious resource of all. What? Oh. Thanks, random stupid enemy. Thank you. Thank you, stupid enemies. Hey, Suna. Gotta start playing this game again. It's my favorite game of all time, but the dupes really ruined it for me. I can't afford these 50 mil mounts on console. Ah, yes. Just see the light and get off of console, lol. No, I know. It does suck. We had another issue on PC again as well, right after the devs ended up putting out that newsletter. I really hope that they're investing in some sort of anti-cheat or something. But I still don't know if they're ever going to fix the console economy. They're too understaffed, man. Like, I get it, there's always going to be cheaters, but come on, man. At this point, they may as well just make trading patron only, right, guys? Doesn't RuneScape do something like that, where you can only trade if you have their subscription? Oh, God. My medicine water. Vodka. Just kidding. Whiskey. Also a lie. It's chlorine. Yeah, KU, it's right here. Just get on like VR chat or whatever. What do people use these days to socialize? I don't know. Fresh accounts get 1 day patron as part of the beginner quest line. Oh, yeah, well, never mind then. Maybe they should not do that. What, Suna? What are you talking about? No, nobody plays VR chat. You do got VR in your name, though, which I never thought about until now. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I don't have a solution for all the duping stuff other than just, like, obviously an anti-cheat or something for moving forward, but I don't know how they would rectify, like, all the problems that we've got right now. Hey, Tyrant. Tempted to play both old and new RuneScape, but already dumped time on other games when I get home. Yes, exactly. Those games are just like, I don't know, man. For me, they're not like engaging enough. Does KU even play Trove soon though? Like, do you? I don't remember, but I don't know what you got your wires crossed, Suna. Wrong guy, unless it's somebody else that took his name. KO's unless I'm mixing you up with someone else, I think KO's just pay to win. Which so am I, so. So what's the point? But if it keeps up, I'll step in and do something. I know. Didn't even play when the dupes were around because I didn't want to risk my account. No, I remember that. Like, it's very odd that what Suna's saying. Must be somebody else. Anyway, we all switch to pay to win when the paycheck comes in. I mean, I say I'm pay to win, but if I'm being real, I've been really frugal when it comes to spending money on Trove. Cause my Canadian money sucks, man. Like it's oh man, it's so freaking expensive. Really wish that they ended up having like a proper localized purchases for Trove, but I could see that they would probably just very easily, like a VPN would just work to cheat the system. Which, yeah. Delicious. No, I remember all of that, KU. Yeah, I know. All other mastery rewards are verified by the server, but trading access is not. That's odd. Isn't that kind of the biggest problem, though? Oh man. Yeah, I mean, you know what? We're all sitting here. Oh, they're gonna have the new class on the test server. They're gonna have Bomber Royale Season 4. No, you know what they're gonna have on the test server? Some new anti-cheat or like some trade overhaul or something. They're gonna wipe the market. Something that would be hugely controversial if they ended up putting like maybe a trade limit or something. I don't know. I assume the test server is going to be about the class buffs we vote on. No way. No way are they going to make it that quick. They talked about the test server being available like in the survey, yes, but there's no way they ended up making those kinds of changes that fast. If they did, okay, that would be really cool, but I can't see it. I'm still hoping that it does just, oh yeah, it is a new class, what? But otherwise, like, Atro theorized it would be part 2 of the combat block update, and I could see that, like, just changing some things. Yeah, so technically, isn't it just changing some numbers for the classes? Technically, yeah, But there's still the ability that, like, it sounded to me like they didn't put overhauls off the table. And like shortly after I ended up making my survey video, like they asked me like, oh, what's the general consensus on classes from you and the community and stuff. So I gave them like a huge laundry list of all the issues that I've heard from you guys and have had myself with the classes, and kind of just explained to them like, here's how the class is actually played. Here's the abilities that people actually use, stuff like that. So I don't know. I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe it is going to end up being reworks. I just don't see it happening that quick. Assuming the test server is this week or next week. I hope it's this week because I'm gone next week. But we'll see. I'm curious either way. Yeah, they'll overhaul the Vanguard's ranged mode so it becomes Goku, just shooting like a crap ton of Kai beams. With the new ult being a charged attack. Dude, that would be like unrelated to the Vanguard. Isn't it odd that we don't have like a class where you like hold the button down to charge an attack? Like for a heavy attack or something? Personally, I'd prefer it if I just held the button down and it auto shot. Well, I guess Gunslinger has it with its right click, but nobody uses it. So, that doesn't count. Candy Barb number 1, not really. You know what I mean? I mean more like, I don't know, like left click for your sword attack, and then you'd hold the button down and you'd, you know, get ready for a charge, and then you release the button and bam. I don't know. I'm not necessarily saying I want it in the game, just because it would probably get annoying. Mr. Shadowhunter's charge shot. Oh yeah, his right click. I don't necessarily miss it. I do hope that they fix his ult. It's funny how they ended up replacing his ult with like an objectively better one, but it's still just as broken and inconsistent, if not worse. Like I wonder if old Shadowhunter ult arrow would work now that we're on like the more stable servers. It was gun for one-shotting dungeon bosses. The right click? Yeah, I remember that. You're right. It wouldn't do it now, but I still like the Seekers though, because for whatever reason they make me think of Metroid, and that's just my happy place, so. God, I'm excited for Metroid Prime 4, dude. You guys got no idea. I really hope that I can just crank it to hard mode without having to beat the game to unlock it first. Because I want to suffer. Would be cool if we could swap these abilities. Yeah, I mean, kind of similar to how the crystal ring effect is, but I do think it'd be nice if we had some sort of like way to build our characters, like by choosing like a couple different, maybe there'd be like a couple options for abilities, not just all the generic same normal ones, you know? But that's, you know, then the game's getting too complicated. And then they're already struggling with balancing what we have right now. And not to mention, like, it's no small feat. It's 18 classes, dude. And adding in new abilities, not only 18 classes and like four different attacks per class. So whatever that number is, that's a lot of things to balance, man. Not to mention the, you know, the crystal ring effects as well. Even though most of them are worthless, at least there's usually one of them that's really good. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot to this game. Yet it's somehow still stayed so simple, which is what I like about it. I like the fact that we never got a number 3 and 4 and 5 and use up all of our hotkeys, you know what I mean? But you know what? Oh, dude. You know what would be big mode? Is if maxing out a class let you mix and match abilities of other classes. Like, imagine if the subclass ability was more impactful on, like, gameplay instead of just status. Or stats, I mean. That'd be kind of neat. I think another option to fix Shadowhunter ult was let you flask mid-attack. Keep holding afterwards, essentially allowing you to actually ult for a normal amount of time with Zealous. Yeah, similar to how the Seekers can be fired while you're holding left click. I think so as well. I personally think that, I mentioned this to them as well, where the ult should be a toggle. So similar to Gunslinger, where you just press the button and then your arrows are big for that allotted amount of time. I think that'd be better myself. What if class 19 is fully customizable and you can choose any ability for each slot from any class, same wavelength? That'd be pretty interesting. Very complicated though. Kind of reminds me of Dragon's Dogma had a class like that, where you could use all of the abilities of all the other characters. So, but it did have a downside wherein I think it was like 20% less damage overall. But of course, that's a completely different game where abilities actually synergize, so it didn't matter. Trove, on the other hand, you know, it's like, I don't really know. Like, if we could choose the abilities, all we would really choose would just be like, oh, rev ult so I can pull enemies in or something, or I don't know. Like, it depends how complicated it would end up going. Would we be able to choose all of the abilities? Or would it just be like a random class where you would press a button, like say you use your ult and then it would just randomly choose one of 18 class ults? I don't know. Be interesting. Shadowhunter base attack, but would it utilize the class gem, right? Or would it just be the normal base attack? Is what I'm kind of getting at. Would it end up having that complexity to it, where it would not only be able to take the ability, but the class ability and maybe the rings? I would assume not. Also, KU, again, thank you, man. Appreciate the memberships. It could use any class gem or any ring. Then that's just kind of, I mean, it'd be cool, but I think that would get too complicated way too quickly. Like, it has to have a downside, right? I think its downside could just be that it would still have its own dedicated class gem and ring. Later, KU. Yeah, thanks again, bud. Appreciate it a lot. Helps out more than you know. You, in combination with, there was a couple other donos last stream. And it means so much to me that I was able to just, I basically bought a bunch of Switch games for the trip. and you guys fully paid for them, so it's just like, hell yeah. Downside is minus 200 light. Yeah. So similar to the sword bearer or whatever from Dragon's Dogma, where it, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, personally, like, I don't really care that much about a doppelganger class. I personally would more so want a unique class myself, but it would be an interesting idea, for sure. I still wish, getting onto another subject, I still wish Trove was a little bit more generic MMO. So, you know, for example, right now we have these as our subclasses, and that's cool and everything, but I wish that we had a more traditional subclass system where you would get your character to a certain level or something, and then you would have to go and do like some really insane trial and turbulation or whatever, and then you would end up actually getting a subclass that would change the way you play. Maybe make it so that Neo Ninja's subclass, he would use dual daggers, kunai instead. I don't know. Lancer would turn into, I don't know, a dragon, a dragoon. From, I'm thinking of like old school Final Fantasy where the Lancer was like a dragoon. Just stuff like that where, like, you know, a goal to chase after would be really cool beyond just numbers. You know what I mean? If the subclass gave you a passive of whatever class you pick, yeah, something like that. The fact is, like, I still love the way that Trove is right now, but I do wish that it had kind of more traditional MMO aspects to it, where, like, certain things felt a bit more impactful. Like subclasses and alternate abilities and a skill tree. Like, Trove's kind of got all of those things in name alone, you know what I mean? But it doesn't function the same as it does in every other video game. Even Magic Find doesn't work the same as it does in every other game. Hey, where is? Because otherwise, like, we got a skill tree in the game. Doesn't operate the same as a skill tree. We got Paragon levels in the game. Doesn't operate the same as Paragon levels in every other game. You know, like, we've got all of these things that are ripped from other games, but then the functionality is like, oh, that's not what I expected. For better or worse. Because I got really excited about Paragon levels, man, because I thought it was going to be like in Diablo, where for every Paragon level you get like 1% extra X stat, you know. Basically infinite leveling. But yeah. Either way, I'm hoping that I can see the test server before I'm gone on my trip. And I'm very curious what it's going to be regardless, because even if I end up catching it when I get back, it's like, I hope it's not just like, oh, you know, like, oh, that's what the test server has. Taxes 2.0. Like Bomber Season 4, like you said the other day. Like, you know, where it's just, oh, my excitement has dwindled. Like, I'm not expecting the moon, but I hope it's something, like, exciting. Yeah, or gardening 3.0, or fishing overhaul again, or oh, Mystic Arts. Mystic Arts 2.0. More monetized. Or even, you know, like at this point, like what I'm actually expecting the test server to be, it's going to be a new hub. That's it. It's not gonna add anything. It's just gonna be a new build, you know? And I'd be happy enough with that. But I hope there's more to it. I'm just trying to curb my expectations. Hey, show you. A change they really need to make is add a way to add a third pearl to gems to start. Yeah, so that you didn't deal with the issue of yeah, that'd be interesting. They should have a mechanic like that at this point. I don't think it was the pearl though, it's the 2 stars. But still. They should just not have 2-star gems, if I'm being honest. Oh, you right. Yeah, it's not going to be a new build of the hub. It's just going to be rearranging the current hub. Just the laziest. Check it out, guys. I did it. I would not be surprised, dude. Like, I don't mean to undermine the work that the devs do or anything, but literally, like, I would also not be surprised if that's all it was. Because they've done that before, where, you know, they act like it's a big hype thing, and then it's like, oh, it's nothing interesting. Or, oh, this update sucks, or, you know, oh, the Luxian update, you know? At first it was kind of interesting and cool, and then they nerfed it into the ground. Wait, why are you here? I thought I killed you. And I mean, I'm not gonna pretend that I liked Luxian that much, but the idea was better than its execution, where it was like, oh, a roguelike mode? That's, oh. But then it just ends up feeling sloppy because it's just another, you know, segmented parasitic part of Trove. Club update 2.0. Dude, I would, it's odd that they haven't updated clubs since the initial, like, fixtures and stuff, honestly. The biggest problem with the club update was that it actually ended up making sustaining a low tier club like almost impossible. It's really difficult for people to end up creating a new club. Not only just because the cost was increased, but also just because it's like, oh, why would I join this one when I've got all the fixtures? Which is terrible for an MMO, but whatever. Better social features and a general need of an update. Yeah, or, oh, you know what else it could be? That would, you know, it would be subtle, but it would be pretty huge. What if it's more of the optimization update? That, I'd get hyped for that. Where they fixed like a bunch of the class fee effects and made the performance a lot better. Especially since it's been kind of getting out of hand lately. That'd be cool. Oh, they're just gonna recolor the hub. Yeah. I could see that. That's what I would do. But yeah, I wonder if it would be that, because I know that's the other big project they've been working on, because we keep getting like more VFX fixes and tweaks for classes throughout each update. So I wonder. A load of collection VFX are unchanged as well. No, I know, and it's really bad. The game needs, not only like do they need to overhaul like the VFX and stuff, which they're already doing for the optimization. One thing that I don't think they're even paying attention to is how the crafting works. I think crafting needs an overhaul. It functionally needs to just not be a thing. Like waiting for crafting timers is just, you know, it's not it's not like in Minecraft or in like every Minecraft adjacent game where you literally put stuff in the furnace and then it counts down a timer. Trove acted like it had crafting timers back when I first started playing it, but since then it's moved completely away from it to the point where this craft faster is weird. Like, just make things craft instantly. Maybe that would have some ramifications with server issues and stability, but I think the biggest issue is that because collections and your inventory and stuff, because all of this is representative of the 3D object. As you hover over it, it rotates around. But I don't know anyone who actually like looks at an item rotating around their inventory, so I think they should just cut that. I don't think anyone would notice, because the side effect of it not being just a flat 2D image is the performance. Like, you see, as soon as I open my inventory, there's a hiccup. But then if you open like the Chaos Crafter, for example, it's terrible. It almost crashes the game because there's just so many items it's trying to load their 3D model all at once. Regardless of, they don't rotate when they're in the crafting table. I don't think. Maybe they do. Not like I've looked. But even if they didn't rotate, it's still loading the 3D model. So, I think I just heard baby Leon. Hopefully not. He hasn't woken up like at night for a very long time. Anyway, on console yesterday, my club world was just crashing over and over again all day. Yeah, that sounds about right. What happens, that happens on PC as well sometimes, where basically a world dies or like needs to server restart, and then it's still in the process of doing that, even when you rejoin the world. So what happens is you are essentially rejoining into a world that's already collapsed. It happens sometimes, and you get stuck in that loop until you've been away from the game long enough that the game throws you into a different world. You know what? I wonder if it's a memory leak, because the performance is steadily getting worse and worse the longer I play. Wonder if it came back. It's probably just my end, honestly. Hey, Turtles. Have you played the new Pokemon game yet? No, I don't think I'm going to get it. It actually looks like genuinely fun. I was just talking about it with my buddy the other day, where we were both saying like, C5 Bow, wow. We were both just saying like, yeah, that game actually looks cool. And then we looked into it and it doesn't have co-op like Scarlet Violet. And that's a huge no for me. If it had like open world co-op that I could play with my mate, yeah, I would have picked up the new Pokemon. Because the combat actually looks really good for a Pokemon game. And the idea of an open world that's just within the city, you know, kind of like Cyberpunk, is interesting. I don't know if they're going to do anything cool with it, but... yeah, I wonder if it is a memory leak, because Trove's had issues with memory leaks in the past, and it always comes back, so... it looks like Pokemon Stadium with anti-aliasing. No, because in Pokemon Stadium, the character models looked sharper. Oh, man. Like, I don't know. I got a Switch 2, so the new Pokemon game looks fine on the Switch 2 outside of like some background wall textures that people are like really focusing on. Like, oh, look at this wall. It looks like crap. And it's like, what idiot is going to be sitting there staring at the wall? That's not the game, you know? But apparently it runs like crap on the Switch 1. What is a memory leak? So basically, when something is used on your computer or whatever, it uses your RAM or your memory. And what a memory leak is exactly like it sounds. Think of filling up a tub of water, but there's a tiny hole in the bottom. Or you don't close the whatever, The tube, the pipe. I don't, the faucet. What the hell is the hole in a tub called? I haven't used that word in like over 10 years. But yeah, it basically just means that it's slowly draining more and more and more and more memory until you restart the game because it's not all like bottled in. Also, hello, pinatas. Lots and lots of games have a memory leak. Yeah, we should kill these. As a reminder, you can only throw a limited amount of pinatas in a world. Otherwise, it just starts deleting them as you throw more. A plug? Yeah, but what's the hole? Drain. The drain. That's it. Yeah, it's like filling up a tub or filling up a sink without plugging the drain. There we go. Good lord. I'm not kidding. I haven't used that term or word in like such a long time. I just forgot what it was called. Thank you for the pins that I don't need. I don't think anybody needs, but sure, we'll take them. Whatever. But yeah, lots of games, if you are playing a game and you notice that the performance gets like steadily worse the longer you play it, that's usually a memory leak. And it's very common because it's very difficult to nail down what exactly is causing it. Like as far as a developer is concerned. Logging in got longer too. Yeah, that one I haven't really noticed that much. I mean, if you're talking old school Trove, believe it or not, guys, there used to not be a loading screen. Because what would actually happen, and what still happens with Trove, is when the loading screen pops up, it's not actually loading anything. What's happening is it's hiding what's actually going on behind the scenes. Because back in the day, when you would load into a world, it would be instant, but you would be in a chunk error. There would just be like nothing. You're just floating in space. And the load screen just hides that. That's literally it. Which is like interesting. Hey, Snap. As someone that devs, basically when you don't disconnect a connection of multiple different connections, you'll always keep, and it always keeps running forever, which drains memory, which kills performance. It's not hard to prevent memory leaks. No, but it's hard to track down what might be causing it. Once you actually know what it is, then sure. But especially with Trove, I would expect it's very difficult because of the game's spaghetti code. Oh my god. All right, fine. Again, we don't want we don't want this guy to lose his pinatas because the game will start deleting them. But I am losing performance, like rapidly, so. And inventory space. But anyways, streamed a little bit longer than I was expecting to tonight. I still got an early morning, if I'm being honest. So what's going to happen right now is we'll finish up. I'll just say thanks for coming out, guys. Thanks again to KU for the memberships over on the YouTube side. I appreciate it, even though I know he left. And I always appreciate hanging out with you guys, even though I've been feeling so freaking nauseous lately. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, hopefully I'll be streaming Trove later today, just with the Shadow's Eve event, like rather than my usual goblin hours, but we'll see what happens. In any case, I hope you guys had fun.